When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Skims or Allbirds, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and great marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. It's home of Shop Pay, the #1 checkout in the world. You can use it to boost conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going through to checkout. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/income.
This is The Planted Runner. I'm Coach Claire Bartholic. When your muscles are sore and painful after running or lifting, there's not much that sounds better than getting a professional massage. Actually, now that I think of it, even when your muscles aren't sore, a nice massage sounds pretty amazing. Until you book one and it's actually painful to your legs and your wallet. Despite the cost, there are lots of runners who swear by massage and feel it's an essential part of the recovery process. There are also a lot of myths out there about what massage is really doing. So what's the truth about massage for runners? Let's find out. Welcome to The Planted Runner. I'm Coach Claire Bartholic, and my mission is to help you improve your running, your mindset, and your life with science-backed training and plant-based nutrition. Today, I'm going to go into the benefits and the myths of massage for runners. You'll learn how a massage might help your muscles, what a massage doesn't do, and when you should and should not get one. If you are serious about your recovery or just serious about feeling better, this is the episode for you. And if you're serious about your running in general, then you're the perfect candidate for the PR team. Not only will you get a custom running schedule created by me, but it will include all of your strength, mobility, and more. No more decision fatigue on what you should do today. It's all laid out for you perfectly in the app, which syncs to your running watch. You'll be joining a team of runners just like you, all ages and paces, who are doing the same thing and cheering each other on. It really is the best way to stay accountable and true to your goals, while also getting a built-in group of new running buddies. I'll talk more about the team later on in the show, but if you are ready to learn more right now, head to theplantedrunner.com/group. And don't forget to stay tuned all the way to the end of the episode for this week's Mental Strength Minute. Fortify your mind in 60 seconds or less. Depending on who you are, you might think of massage as a critical part of your training, recovery, and overall health, or you might think of massage as an indulgent luxury. Most athletes fall somewhere in between. Because a professional massage is expensive, typically starting at $75 to $100 an hour and up in the United States, depending on where you live. It can be hard on most budgets to factor in a massage regularly. So is it worth the splurge? And if so, when do you get the most benefits from massage? Let's first learn about what's going on with massage and, just importantly, what is not. Now, a lot of people, especially the woo-woo ones, will say that a massage will release toxins and waste products from your muscles, including the dreaded lactic acid. This is a myth. Let me say this again. Massage does not, I repeat, does not release toxins or have anything to do with removing lactic acid. Let's talk about lactic acid and how it works in your body to explain why massage has nothing to do with the process. Your body has no mechanism or reason to store lactic acid after it builds up during a hard workout. But the body doesn't just flush it out either. It just changes it into something else that your body can store and use. And this happens in less than an hour, whether you get a massage or not. Let me quickly explain the process. When we run, or really do just about anything, our muscles get energy from glucose through a process called glycolysis. Glucose is broken down or metabolized into something called pyruvate. When you are running so hard that your breathing does not supply sufficient oxygen to power the process, the body temporarily converts pyruvate into a substance called lactate, which allows glucose breakdown to continue. In other words, that hard track out that you're doing becomes anaerobic, meaning without oxygen. Your muscle cells can continue this type of anaerobic energy production for a few minutes, but soon the lactate levels in the tissues increase. And when that happens, acidity builds up in your tissues, resulting in that burning sensation in your legs. Once you stop and begin to cool down, oxygen becomes available and lactate is able to revert back to pyruvate, and you move back into an aerobic metabolism. This is often said to be one of the main reasons why cool downs are important, because they help clear lactic acid from your muscles more quickly. But even if you skip the cool down and jump right in your car, this process will continue anyway. To simplify, your body breaks down glucose, which can turn into lactate without oxygen, but eventually converts back into glucose when you're breathing normally again. Massaging the muscles is irrelevant. But what about other toxins? Does massage help remove those? Sorry, but no. Toxins are removed by 5 of your organs: the skin, the lungs, the kidney, the liver, and the intestines. In other words, you sweat out some, you exhale some, and you excrete out the rest. Manipulating your muscles with massage is just not part of these processes. So if you're getting a massage thinking you are removing toxins, you'd be better off going for a good run and breaking a sweat. Now that we've talked about what massage can't do, let's go through what it can do. I'll go over that when we come back. I want to tell you about a unique opportunity for you to get stronger, faster, and stay motivated to hit your running and nutrition goals this year. And that is to join the PR team. Each member of the team gets a custom training plan made by me for you based on your unique fitness goals and lifestyle. Everything you need to achieve your running dreams is included, such as strength training, recovery, and even cross-training if you want it. I include weekly mental strength training as well as training tips and nutrition guides. But here's where it gets really cool. The group has its own page in the app where we share workouts, ask training questions, and get feedback from me and the other teammates. And each week, I create an exclusive private podcast just for the team based on the questions I get and what I see in their training each week. And I usually end up sharing behind the scenes and exclusive sneak peeks with the team that I don't share anywhere else. So instead of joining a Facebook group or sitting through another Zoom call, you get to listen to tailored advice on the run, and you don't have to do this all alone. When you're ready to take your running to the next level and join an amazing team of runners, head to theplantedrunner.com/group and join us today. It's more affordable than you think, and I can't wait to have you. The Planted Runner is sponsored by Liquid IV. We have made it, team. Spring is finally in the air, the daffodils are blooming in my yard, and the days are getting longer. For runners, spring means traveling for your big race. And part of your race day prep is making sure you're getting hydrated on the plane or in the car before the race. Liquid IV is superior hydration than water alone. And right now, you can get 20% off your first order with code PLANTED at checkout. I just got my order of mandarin orange and pina colada, and I honestly love them both. Just 1 stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. Powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Don't take off for your spring race without it. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code PLANTED at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code PLANTED at liquidiv.com. Welcome back to The Planted Runner. I'm Coach Claire Bartholic. We have talked about what massage doesn't do. Now let's get into what it can do for you. The first benefit, and I would argue probably the most important, is simply human touch. Physical touch, including hugging, hand-holding, and massage, acts as a powerful, scientifically backed tool to boost mental and physical health. Touch reduces stress hormones like cortisol and releases feel-good chemicals like oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. It lowers blood pressure, eases anxiety and depression, improves immune function, and reduces physical pain. Humans are social creatures, and we are wired for human touch. Massage can be perfect for this in a professional way. So, what kind of massage should you get? Well, there are several modalities of massage, and I'll get into some of the most common. Let's start with active release technique, commonly known as ART. It combines movement with specific deep pressure to help relieve muscle adhesions and reduce scar tissue buildup. During an ART session, the therapist uses his or her hands to evaluate the texture, tightness, and mobility of the soft tissue, and then works to break up any adhesions with the hands, as well as movement of the muscle. Active release is best used for treating a specific injury, especially one where the formation of scar tissue impacts the ability for the body to heal itself. Most notably, ART can be an effective treatment method for hamstring injuries, plantar fasciitis, and shin splints. Swedish massage is perhaps the most well-known of the common massage modalities, and it's often associated with relaxation and pampering. However, Swedish massage can also benefit runners, especially before big competitions. Swedish massage uses long flowing strokes of various pressure, although usually light, to release muscle tension and promote blood flow. Swedish massage is best used in the days before big competitions or as a recovery tool after hard workouts. The lighter, relaxing strokes help relieve stress and muscle tension without damaging the muscles, which is important if you have a big race on the horizon. A Swedish massage before a race, especially if you're coming off a hard week of training, can help you re-energize, relax, and get your legs back under you. Trigger point therapy is a massage modality that targets muscle knots and areas of referred pain in the muscle tissue. Therapists target and find knots in the muscles or areas of referred pain and use deep pressure to help loosen adhesions. Like ART, trigger point therapy is best used to treat certain injuries. Specifically, trigger point therapy is effective in the treatment of IT band tightness, calf strain, and hamstring injuries. And last but not least, there is deep tissue massage. Most runners are familiar with deep tissue massage, which is not the same thing as simply asking the therapist to use deeper pressure. Deep tissue massage targets both the superficial and deep layers of the muscle and fascia and are often quite intense as a result of the deliberate, focused work. Deep tissue massage typically focuses on a few specific problem areas, and unlike trigger point therapy, they work the entire muscle. Because runners often have tight spots and interconnected issues when volume and intensity are high, deep tissue massage is often the modality of choice during hard training segments. How often should you get a massage? The frequency at which you get massage work done is completely up to you, and it depends on how much you like massage, how hard you're training, and, of course, your budget. Obviously, elite runners run for a living, and a massage therapist often comes as part of a team entourage, and athletes have massages once or several times a week. If you don't quite have the same team behind you and you're able to afford it, getting a monthly or weekly massage can help prevent injuries by catching tight areas before they become problematic. If it isn't possible to fit a recurring massage into your schedule or your budget, consider getting one or two during your hardest training block, or if you're doing a lot of speed work, which tends to elicit injuries that can be treated by massage, like tight hamstrings or hips. Try to schedule your massage either the evening after a hard workout or the following morning. If the therapist is going deep or using methods like ART, the muscles can often be sore or a bit lethargic for a few days after a massage. If you time the massage as close as possible to your last hard workout, that will allow your body the most amount of time to recover and feel back to normal. What about during race week? After all, you're running less while you taper, so a massage will give you something to do and might even help relax you. That is true with some caveats. If you like to get a massage before your next big race, schedule it at least 3 to 5 days out from the race. If it's been a while since your last massage, make it a week to 10 days. Don't forget, the deeper the massage, the longer it takes for the body to recover and respond, just like running workouts. So let your therapist know to be gentle. What about after your race? Those free massage tables look so good, don't they? Probably not a great idea, since it actually can be counterproductive to recovery. Actively manipulating sore muscles like you get from a marathon can actually add to recovery time. Not to mention you have to wait in those super long lines. It's best to wait a few days until you are no longer sore and then get a gentle massage. And don't forget, you can get most of the benefits of a massage by doing some muscle manipulation on your own, like foam rolling, using a massage ball or a massage stick. It will never quite feel as good as a pro, but it will do the trick to get most of the benefits. And finally, as great as a good massage feels, don't feel like you have to get one to recover well, or if you simply don't like them. It's just one option, like a hot bath or a sauna, that can help make you feel better faster so you can get back to the run. And now it's time for this week's Mental Strength Minute. Fortify your mind in 60 seconds or less. Today's topic is reframe hard as familiar or unfamiliar. When you're at a tough spot in a run or in life, very often we'll say to ourselves, this is hard. And while it's objectively true that it is hard, your next question should be, is this familiar or unfamiliar? When you feel your legs get heavy or your lungs start to burn, and you have felt this before, you can say, this is familiar. If you're doing something hard that you've never done before, you say, this is unfamiliar. This helps reframe the experience from an effort-based feeling to a recall-based curiosity. When something is familiar, we know we can get through it because we have before. When something is unfamiliar, we can be curious about the feeling, which is far less painful than believing it's hard. Remember, nothing in life is actually easy or hard, just familiar or unfamiliar.
Thank you for listening to The Planted Runner, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network. Don't forget that you can enter to win a free custom training plan for your next race and get featured on the show. Just write an Apple Podcast review and enter at theplantedrunner.com/PRLab. Of course, reviews are the #1 way to boost this show's reach, and it's a great way to tell me what you'd like to hear next because I read every single one. Have a great run today.